Who the hell is this guy? What's he want? Where's he come from? After every soldier I have with him and he kicks their ass. Outman. Outgunned. And he walks away clean. With my money. Now what are y'all gonna do about that?
Turn us loose, Tuna.
Let us do what we do. God put a mark on the damned that would let others know they are not to be killed. Anyone who harmed the damned would be punished 7 times over. The damned were hidden from God's presence and forced to live out their lives carrying out the punishment of their cursed bloodline. The sin pumped through the veins of one descendant to the next. All bore the same mark. I know that my family carries a cursed bloodline. We were made to face the damned. Our blood makes us special. Our bloodline attracts the damned and gives us the power to fight them. The hunt continues for the one that got away, but my mission beckons me forth. This feeling I have is getting worse. Something pulls me west. I must find out why. I am the last one of us left. The blood of my family runs through my veins, and no one can take that away from me. I am not alone. I am their hope. I promise you. No matter what, come hell or high water, or actual hell itself, I am through with running. Flores Park had better be ready for me.
What's up, y'all? It has been a minute since I have streamed. I think I have almost 2 weeks on my channel. I was busy last week. You know, we had SpaceCon. Week before, I was getting prepared for SpaceCon, as well as just getting ready for all of the things to come with the Rippaverse. And I was insanely busy. And as I always say, that's just what my days are going to look like now. If you I know it's taking some getting used to, even from my side, because you want to stay active on social media and such, but I do think I'm moving kind of in the direction of like someone that I get the luxury to work with in Todd McFarlane, in which basically, if you guys follow Todd on social media, basically all he posts for the most part is McFarlane related things, imaging and some stuff there, but it's always stuff that he's worked on or something that's pertaining to his company. And I just think that that's really where we're going. And I'm just busy. I mean, that's the reality. I think we have a nice little mix up, especially once we can at least get back to doing For Canon's Sake. We have a nice little segues, right? We have where, obviously, highlight of my week, one of the highlights, Ribbon of Silverback, which we had yesterday. And we have, of course, For Canon's Sake. And then we got Tuesday night's main event. I think that's like enough as far as the streaming stuff. And we pop in every now and then like we're doing today. But I think that's for the most part enough. I think everything else is just going to fall in place. And I just gotta work. And you guys have now seen something that I have been working on, or the team has been working on, and that is Bloodruth #1. We have Achromatic Chronicles Green as well. I'm going to talk about that after we go through some of the Bloodruth things. But I want to give a big shout out to all of the team members that made this happen. Obviously, you have the creators themselves, and Jen and Sylvia Saska, Michael Montanat, who was the fan art contest winner. This was his opportunity, and I'm glad that we got him on the project. I want to also, of course, give a shout out to Jordan, who edited that lovely trailer that you guys saw. The Saskas also wrote the dialogue for that. They should get credit. Chloe, she did the voice acting for it. Shout out to her. And yeah, all I did really was pick out some of the art stuff and hire. That's my job. Gotta find a talent. So that's what I did. But worked out well. The reception has been unbelievable. I cannot stress that enough for a day one like this. I mean, it just absolutely exploded, and it's still going. Stocks are still going up. But if you are watching this, of course, in the pinned description, or it's pinned in the comment section as well as in the description, if you want more information and you want to get in on Bloodruth #1, we're going to go into that here. Let's do it right now. Why don't we? All right. So Bloodruth #1 has already hit over $200,000 in total sales. That is insane. It's at 206 right now, maybe 207. I haven't back end numbers. Let me check that real quick. But the stocks just continue to go. Yeah, we're at 207, almost 208,000 in total sales, nearly 3,700 total books sold. I expect with at the rate that we're going by the end of the night and to close out day one, which will be early this morning, we will be at 4,000 total books sold on day one. Day one. We have a lot of items. We even have items that didn't make the collection that I'm still considering if that's going to be a post collection thing. We'll see, like a post launch. So it will get added to the collection later. We'll see. But this has just, my expectations have been just shattered. I see my man's drug 3POs in the chat again. We're going to talk about green here in a little bit. So stop feeling it looks bad for you. I know. I got to cut it out. Got somebody turn this company around. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Look, the enthusiasm for the Rippaverse is real here, and it's just I'm at a loss for words because I am very realistic about the expectations internally. We discussed that, myself and Alex, kind of like where we're floating around. We build our milestones around like what we can realistically expect. You can have all the confidence in the world, but the market is the market. You hear me say that a lot. And you never know. So just because you put something out, just because you worked extremely hard on it, and you thought that it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, it does not matter when it comes to the customers, because they're the ones that are going to determine if this is something that they want. And for you guys to continue to turn out the way that you have, I am so appreciative of you guys. I cannot stress it enough. Pre-order is important, not just for obviously the numbers, but pre-ordering really lets us know kind of the general trajectory of the project itself, as well as really just the company. And how I operate is that we have certain books in production, and as we put out certain projects, items that we've been working on, we green light or we hold off on future items. So definitely, if you want to see more Rippaverse stuff and get worked on, and obviously start coming out more often, which we're already working towards, I would say pre-order. Just pre-order it. It goes a long way whether you know it or not. But yeah, this has been unbelievable. Over $200,000 in total sales, 3,500, 3,700 books sold. This again is not up to date. We'll have, and we're just getting started. We're not really moving on with the promo yet for some of the projects for this and Green. You know, we got some digital marketing going on. We have some videos. We got streams, stuff that we're going to do to of course, talk about everything that we got going on here. So we're just getting started, right? You're starting to see some of that stuff. You'll start to see some of that stuff pop up here very, very soon. But for us to just pop it off, we alluded to something happening on Halloween. This was what was cooking. I know a lot of folks were like, look, it's Halloween, it's Bloodruth. You got to drop it on Halloween. You can't wait till after the fact. All right, we got you, and here it is. Now, Bloodruth, you can get the first appearance pack if you have not heard about her. You're not familiar with her. She was introduced in ISOM number 2. Okay, she assists ISOM in a venture, let's say, that happens in a cave. You have to read that to kind of get some context there. But you know, blood related powers, as you guys see her showcase, spells, all that. And it's been cool to see folks gravitate towards the character. I mean, you never know. I say that because I don't. Nobody knows. I mean, you got to humble yourself as a creator. I think it's easy to be arrogant and believe that just because you said something, that's going to dictate how it's going to go. You don't know. It's just basic economics, right? The market will determine it. So I created the character with, you know, an idea in mind that, yeah, I think people were going to like her. I wanted to make her integral to at least that part of the storyline where they needed each other's help. If either one of those guys go into that cave without the other, they probably don't make it out the way or see any success, especially with the mission that they were on, specifically ISOM. And obviously information that Bloodruth was trying to gather with that ordeal. And so it was, I didn't want to just throw her in there just to throw her in there. Definitely with us moving from ISOM 1. ISOM 1 was a launching pad for some of the characters. Alpha Core, Yaira, they had their own storyline, which you saw continue on in Yaira number 1. At least for the Yaira story with Alpha Core, and what you saw in ISOM. Then we move on to ISOM 2, where we're establishing his character and telling his story. So if I'm going to introduce new characters, for sure they're going to have to play a pretty a solid role in the story. So whether it was Gooding or Bloodruth, both of those guys and gal had, or the guy and the gal, they were important there. And people gravitated towards the character, saw the poster sales. We were able to kind of dictate where people were at with it. Once people read ISOM 2 and they were like, look, we need more of this. You know, I created the character. I wanted to mix some, you know, some fantasy elements as well. I had the base horror elements that were already there. But I really wanted to try to mix the two. I didn't want it to lean more one way or to the other, right? I really wanted to implement those fantasy elements there. And I think just with her general concept, I think we did a decent job. You'll see some of that stuff expanded upon with Bloodruth number 1. But yeah, it's you guys demanded it. And obviously having already worked with the Saskas with Yaira and understanding that there was also a demand for horror related material. Okay. And we had an opportunity there, and I would be stupid to pass it up, where there was a character that setting made sense for. And I had 2 established writers that were already here to kind of write that if I wasn't going to be the one to do it. And definitely because it is a full blown horror comic, our first one, not just with horror elements. It's a legit horror comic, and our first one to be as such. Well, yeah, she's the Saskas were perfect for it. Absolutely perfect for it. So they did a great job. I see Marcos Martins in the chat as well. Big shout out. Colorists of some of the covers you guys have seen as well. So big shout out to Marcos. He's one of our designated colorists here at the Rippaverse. So y'all give him a holler. But Michael Montanat, okay? So you guys know him from winning the fan art contest. He did that Norfolk piece, okay? And he had like this distinct kind of style in how he does things. So what we did was he wanted the, they get the options, right? Depends on where they're at. Some want just covers. And I think that's also important. There's 2 fan art contest winners. I don't think we have that. We might not have this in any other copies, which we need to get that in. So I'll go to it just real quick. We'll go through all the items in a bit, but I specifically want to go here. You know that Michael's doing the interior, which we'll talk about here in a bit. But also this right here was done by Joshua, who won the second fan art contest, right? And what he wanted to do was a cover. Like I said, everybody's at a different spot. Some want to do long form work, which is what Michael opted to do. He wanted to do a cover. So we have this throwback cover that was done by him. So we have 2 fan art contest winners. Great opportunity for them. And they're part of this project. But Michael's art just made sense for this project. It looks really good. It captures the horror setting for sure. As you see some of the interior work in both the trailer as well as the preview stuff that you see right here. Just turned out so well. You guys are going to love it. Full book, 96 pages. But yeah, let's talk about the items here, and then I get to chat with you guys. Again, I appreciate you guys' continued support. Pre-order right now. We're going to go through some of the items as we close in on $210,000 in total sales, as well as 4,000 total books sold. Those are the next major milestones there. So thanks to y'all. So we have right here the first couple of the 4 books. Okay, that's the main thing, right? It's all centered around the books. Okay, so here are your main covers. You have cover A, done by Kanan White. You guys had already seen this. It wouldn't be Rippaverse without a Kanan White cover with our art director. You have cover B, a little bit of a throwback cover there, done by Joshua Braylow. We talked about that before as well. Well, we just talked. What do you mean before? We just talked about that. Fan art contest winner. Wagner Rice. This is one of the first projects that he did for us. I'm really loving him as an artist. He's doing the full copy here. You see Bloodruth. Well, obviously we will show that off once the time comes in the upcoming months, where you guys will get to see the full and embossed cover of cover C. And we have the main, or the mass print cover, if you will, done by Michael himself, the interior artist. Love giving these guys a cover. It makes the most sense. He has cover D here, and you see kind of Bloodruth and her family. So, and everybody's been asking. I was seeing a lot of comments about, wow, I love this cover. It's funny how this worked out. Obviously, it was Michael's idea to do just a general cover, artwork cover, to have the blood splat. Our graphic design guys, that was their idea. They said this would look really, really good if we left the background white and we had the blood splat. It would just look awesome, and it turned out. Love how this whole ordeal turned out. And when you read the story, this cover in itself for sure is telling part of the story as you read this. So loving how this turned out. Thanks to y'all. Appreciate you. And now we have this, and we got to talk about it. So we put out the previews. I believe it was a milestone. Can't remember for which. Was it Yaira? That was a milestone for that we were going to show off some art for Bloodruth. And we showed some of the interior art of Michael, black and white. And we got a big demand. Okay. There's a lot of folks throwing stuff at us saying, hey, you got to do a black and white version of this comic. Now, I would be the first to tell you, I did not think to do that. Wasn't planning to do that. But after hearing multiple members of our fan base, core fan base, say that you got to do it, I was like, okay, let's see if we can figure it out. You know, do we want to do a full black and white? You know, we got some blood elements that you guys are going to see in there, so it's like it's a really cool setup. But that was all of what we were discussing. How are we going to package that, right? At this, I was like, okay, I don't want it to be just like a variant per se. I wanted it to be a version of the book. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. And yes, we had an opportunity, a golden opportunity to make this like a limited version of the book, right? So we could have obviously had it limited in quantity, therefore had the price be a little higher or a lot higher. But I was like, you know what? We have an opportunity. Maybe there are some guys, especially folks that are maybe in the manga, that are used to seeing black and white stuff. And why don't we make it a cheaper option as well? So we're giving the fans what they want while also having that be accessible to a lot of people. Okay, now granted, our mass print copy isn't that much either with $25, but this is even lower than that. And so that's the route that we went. And that's a big shout out to the fans. That's the shout out to all of y'all out here. I see Jen and Sylvia are here. The writers of Yaira are in the chat. Big shout out to them. Love that so many of y'all are showing them love because they deserve it. They came up with a great story, man. And you know, with the Saskas, nothing's ever in doubt, right? They're professional. They care a lot about what they do as writers, obviously, but it's a lot more than that. In that, you know, they want to get it right, and they obviously they work as a lore master as well. So it's kind of a natural thing for them to really care about, okay, am I doing the character justice? Okay. So with them and obviously how they treat it, Yaira, it's the same thing with Bloodruth, right? Where it's like, yeah, I created the character and we have a direction and general concept of what we need this character to be. And it's never in doubt with the Saskas being able to obviously do their own thing that's unique to them and their writing style while also respecting who this character is. So we got to give a big shout out to them because they knocked it out the park again with another story. There are some awesome characters that are introduced here. Awesome characters that are introduced that I did not create at all. That I can't wait for you guys to see. So big shout out to the Saskas. Well received on the Yaira, the work. So you guys know that they are. I mean, you would have known this if you'd have listened to me and got that Black Widow comic anyway. You would have known. But in case you're on the fence, if you know, people responded how they did with Yaira and they loved it. And Bloodruth is you guys are gonna love that as well. So we have the black and white version of it that's available. Of course, we have the signed and graded versions of it, as well as the signed and graded black and white, signed by the Saskas. So you can grab those signature series. I see a lot of people building up their collection on that. That's awesome. So let's get into some of the unique items here. Okay, we have the Bloodruth shirt. That'll make sense once you read the story. Loved how this turned out. Our man's Kanan White did that one, as well as just the 2024, this year's major Bloodruth shirt. Love how this turned out. Jay Brown colored it. Kanan on it. Got a little red shirt there as well. Now, this one here, you might want to get in on this ASAP. And I'll tell you why. Because after today, it ain't going to be available. This is the limited edition full stamp. It has a full stamp on it that you guys will be able to see, of course, of the Bloodruth. Well, it's Halloween poster, okay? Awesome Bloodruth poster just in general, okay? Done by our man Kanan White. And this will not be available in the store because the sale ends on November the 1st. So make sure that you go grab this right now. Marcos, who you guys see in the chat right there, colored this, did a great job. Fantastic job. So be sure to grab this now. This isn't one that you can afford to work on because once our devs are up and running in the morning, this is going down. So yeah. So go grab this Halloween poster, first poster that we did. That isn't vertical. So go check that out. We of course have to do a poster, and we did go back to the other size posters, the bigger sizes. Another Kanan glorious poster. Jay Brown on the colors here. Loved how this turned out. So go grab that. We have the 2024. We had, the first one that Kanan did was awesome, but here's another. Now this one right here, I'm really proud of how this came out. The Bloodruth plushie. Yes, finally we do a plushie. And it looks just like Bloodruth. Has all the details there. So you can grab this right now. The Bloodruth plushie. As our friends had been doing all these plushies, our crew from the FNT crew, we had a big demand to do just plushies, and we hadn't done any. Well, now you're getting them. So make sure that and I got some people already asking, hey, well, where's the Isom plushie? Where's the Yaira plushie? Well, you want Isom and Yaira plushies, you got to buy the book, and you got to buy this plushie. You got to make sure that economically we are making a sound decision. The way to do that, buy it. So you can go grab this here. Really love how this turned out. We got the Bloodruth beanie. We hadn't done a beanie in a minute. The only one that we've done was the Alpha Core one. So now we got a Bloodruth theme. You will see me rocking this a lot. Entering into the winter months, cooler months, especially if you're up north, though it was almost 90 degrees where I'm at. Up north, it's about that time. Okay. So you can grab that Bloodruth beanie there. And we also have the first official drinkware. Rippaverse themed. So it doesn't just have Bloodruth on it. Bloodruth's on it. You have Brian, you have Yaira on it as well. And of course, Isa. So go grab that metal shaker bottle for you guys that work out and stuff. This is perfect. Or if you just want to keep your drink cool, it's a perfect option for you. So be sure to grab the Rippaverse metal shaker bottle. That's there for you. And the final thing, in addition to all the bundles that you guys will see, of course, is deck number 3. In high demand was deck number 3 for the cards. And they are here. So you can go grab those. There's a bundle that has all of them as well for our leftovers. So go grab that. And like I said, we do, believe it or not, have more items that we could have put, but maybe those are going to be saved because we got plenty of time. Maybe those are going to be saved for something else. But yes, we have crossed the $210,000 in total sales. This is not up to date. Thanks to all of y'all, man. The stonks continue to rise. We appreciate y'all so much. I can't wait to get this story out to you guys. Now, of course, Horseman is still active. That collection is going to end on the 18th. So you want to get in on that as well. But there's something else that I want to talk about here in a bit. But I do want to, again, give a major shout out to everybody that has been getting in on the Bloodruth collection, because this has been more successful than I ever could have imagined. $200,000 day one. Day one isn't technically complete yet, but to get 200,000, I mean 210,000. I mean, we'll see where it ends, and it's not even payday for y'all. Friday's payday, so we'll see what happens there. But it's going to be a crazy collection here, and it'll be interesting to see where the numbers end, because we're already at 3,000. My dog is walking in front of the light. We're already at 3,700. Yes, 3,762 total book sold. So thanks to all y'all, man. I appreciate that. I see a lot of our homies in the chat, Rippaverse members, as well as Dan Vasquez right there. Let's get into some of these real quick. Shout out to Dan. Still Leg of History, 27 months in the game. Thanks for I guess what you've done for us. I can't wait to read Bloodruth and check out all the items. I like the shaker so much. I ordered Be Blessed. So proud of you all, man. Thank you. Still Leg of History, you always showing love to us, man. And I appreciate you big time. Seeing your tweets, man. Saw you get in on some of the items. So thanks, man. Appreciate you, homie. Big time. All right. What else we got? Bruce, my man's Bloodruth collection on a rampage. Horseman about to break 700K. Let's effing go. He says, shout out Bruce. Where are we out on Horseman? I'm about to look right now. Yeah. Oh shit. That might happen tonight. Bloodruth is at, the Horseman is at 699,000 in total sales. So that is about to be a big milestone there as we hit nearly 700,000. We're about to hit 700,000 in total sales. That's crazy. Appreciate y'all, man. Big time. Big time, man. That is nuts. That's nuts, man. Thanks. Thanks. That's crazy. Holy shit. Jim gifting 10 memberships. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Also, I see Igor is in the chat. Had a nice little artist corner, on the Rippaverse channel. That video is up. You can go watch that. Talking a lot of game, man. That was good stuff. Damn fast. Yeah, figures are important. I tried to tell you, bro. I tried to tell you. HDK bass player 54 months says, yo, black and white edition. Let's fucking go. About to drop some money. Hey, I appreciate you, homie. HDK bass player, you've been showing love for a minute. I appreciate that big time, man. Appreciate all of y'all. Yeah, man. Cheaper option. If you want just a black and white edition, you can grab that as well. $212,000 in total sales, bros. This damn train, this ain't stopping, bros. Like, I'm looking at the stonks right now, like as the orders are coming in, and the train ain't stopping. It's kind of crazy. Like, looking at, numbers are going up still. Like I said, I don't know where this thing is going to end, but and it's not even Friday. Friday's payday for a lot of y'all, right? So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but crazy. I knew it was going to do something crazy when it was 10 o'clock in the morning, right? No, it was like 6. Was it like 6 in the morning? Right? Everybody wasn't even up, and we had already hit $25,000 in total sales. So I knew from that jump, like, oh, these guys ain't playing around with this Bloodruth. They ain't playing around. Lieutenant Hughes, the 21 months says, what's up? Ex-viewers bigger than YouTube. Interesting. Well, it's a different platform. It is. I'm also more active on that. With social media, these platforms are going to reward those as far as algorithms as regular posters. And like with my channel here, we kind of stepped back a lot from posting so regularly. because I'm just busy, man. I don't got time to be doing a lot of videos and stuff these days that aren't Rippaverse related. So the videos that I do during the day all pertaining to like Rippaverse stuff. So yeah, but I am more active because this is the type of platform it is on X, so that doesn't surprise me. I'm just a lot more active on it than I am on YouTube. So we got Lieutenant Hughes with a 2 says congrats on Bloodruth, $15 black and white, 96 pager was gold. Yeah, man. It's like I said, we had an opportunity. We could have done what I think a lot of people anticipated that we are going to do, and that was just put it out with as a limited edition version of it, and like had it been more than the base versions of the, or not, I won't say base versions, I guess the other covers, right? A, B, C, and D. But I was like, this is an opportunity here. Let's see what happens. And it's a cheaper buy-in for you, $15. Ripper Guy, 25 months. Appreciate that. Said just wanted to say, keep it the amazing work. You got it, bro. Appreciate you, homie. Always showing love. All the videos, man, that he was doing on the Halloween post that we were doing, 31 days of Halloween. What's the dog doing? The dog is literally just sitting in front of light for some reason. So, yeah. Avery Parker, 14 months, says, I'm shopping for rings. I'm thinking it's an early spring wedding. The only thing left is your official blessing before I take Bloodruth's hand in marriage. Because I'm the father, technically. Avery, I know you were waiting for this. I know you were, big homie. And I'm glad we were able to get this to you, because I know you were excited for Bloodruth. And we made it happen. I'm glad that you are satisfied with what you've been seeing, man. And I appreciate your support. Awesome dude, man. Awesome dude. And yes, if I didn't mention that, someone in the chat mentioned that. If I didn't mention who did the cover for the black and white edition, it's Deborah Carita. That is the artist of Yaira. Bro, we might end up hitting like 4,000 books sold before this stream ends. Hot key. Because this shit, the stocks just keep going up. Yeah, what the hell? Yes, Igor. Because yeah, we're obliterating milestones right now. Big shout out to Avery, man. We got Mark says Horseman sold about 10.5 copies for the business month of September. What does that land in on September ICV2 top 20 graphic novel list? I know you asked that yesterday. I still hadn't had a chance to look at it. To go through and try to search for that. I'd have to look. I have to go look at ICV2 and see that. Appreciate that 5, big homie. Broadsword with a 10 says, got a copy of cover C. Definitely looking forward to the first horror book and a more adult comic. Looking forward to reading The Horseman as well. Shout out. Horseman is on the way. Drain Bamished with a 15 months. Appreciate that. Dark Ultra with a 5. Any info you're willing to share on that apparent Hulk-like character? Is it gonna be Sam? Which one are you talking about? You talking about Shadran, or are you talking about like the character that popped up at the end of Ice 2? I'm thinking you're talking about Shadran. Or are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about in Bloodruth. So you're talking about NDA. No. You'll have to read that and see what's up with that. Blaze, right? What's up? Says the Rippaverse waifu is approaching. Says Blaze, what's up with it, homie? With a 31 months. AJ with a Canadian 279 says Rippazine number 3 as a 2025 preview book would sell. It would, but I don't know about that. We're writing. We are preparing for Rippaverse number 3 though. Mr. Reese with a 2 says I'm going to order AC Green, then Bloodruth. I'm going to talk about that here in a bit. Blight Blaze with a 41 months. Stonks up. Keep working. You got it, homie. My man's Porter Stanley with a 59 months. What's up, docs? I knew today was about to be a good day. My wife just had our 3rd child. Oh, shout out, homie. Congratulations. And says that Eric dropping his next campaign. Haven't missed a campaign and never will. You earn my money every time. Hey, Porter Stanley, love you to death, homie. You've been there from day one, bro, and I appreciate you so much. And congratulations on to, let's say, you and your wife. And that's big. It's huge, man. I appreciate your support, man. Glad we can make your day, and but I'm pretty sure, I know far more important is that third little one, man. So congratulations to you, big homie. And I appreciate you so much for being here, as you always have been. Mans Jr., who I just got through seeing this past weekend in San Antonio, said watching the Rippaverse create the coolest new female characters around while mainstream comics can't give away their versions. Yeah, that's true. Bloodruth is going to be huge. Yeah, it's interesting because look, anytime you move into like a new genre, it's always it always comes with like new fans, right? Sure. Saska's obviously brought in some people that were fans of them and their work just generally, and anything they do, they were going to be supportive of. But, definitely with them doing what they do, right? With Bloodruth, right? This is what they do. This is what they specifically are known for. So not just their fans that really look for that type of material, the horror-related material, but you also have people that are like, they're just into that genre, right? That was one of the big demand type of genres that, we would, a lot of our data was showing us that people wanted, okay? Feedback that we get from our fans. So I'm interested to see, as Bloodruth, as people digital mark. I'm gonna do a whole entire. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna do another creator business. Everybody type business in the chat. A creator business video on digital marketing stuff, and you got to have your digital marketing in order. Anybody that tells you that's a waste of time doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. It is very key. And if you know what you're doing and you have people that are on your team that know what they're doing from the tech side, you can track conversions very easily. And that's how, whether you're running ads on Meta or Google or Twitter or wherever, their AI or for their ads are programmed essentially, depending on it. Obviously, you got to set it up like this to where, in order for that campaign to maximize itself, then it needs something to pull from. So if it's like, okay, we're getting this in the face of these types of folks, and that is turning into a buyer, right? And as that continues to happen, that AI is collecting that data and it's maximizing those conversions, right? And so we have all that in order, and our ducks are in a row with us and how we do that at the Rippaverse. And it's going to be very interesting to see kind of the return on that, as far as, okay, now we're in a new genre, and now those people that like horror films and like horror comics and like just the theme of spooky stuff, they're going to see this. They're going to see Bloodruth, and they're going to be like, what is this? And be how many of those guys are going to be intrigued enough to pre-order? Can't wait to see those numbers. Well, I'm already getting feedback on some of them already, but I can't wait to see those numbers. It's crazy. But yeah, I think that's what's going to be interesting to see Bloodruth with its legs, as we move beyond like week one. A lot of week one is going to be, with anything that you do, is going to be front loaded, obviously, and it's going to be people that are at least already aware of the brand, right? Aware of the creator and stuff. But those next weeks, kind of like what happened with Horseman, right? Those next weeks, we're going to really see, and it's going to be interesting. So yeah, man, it's fun because you never know with this type of stuff. Bloodruth, it has the potential to be one of well, it already is one of, but it has the potential to be, a real a popular character, a massively popular character with its own following. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. We're at 3,800 total books sold, $213,000 in total sales. But yeah, Junior, it's nice to link up with you again out here in San Antonio, out there in San Antonio. All right. We have Johnny's with a 2 says the best Halloween drop we could have hoped for. Yeah, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Scorpio, what's up? 19 months. Shout out. 1992 space movie says it was 17 months. Just finished my shift at work early this morning when you dropped that trailer. Yeah, it was very early on, early in the morning. It was like 3 in the morning. Yet again, you have scammed me out of $300. Can't wait. Appreciate you, Ovi. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And there, right there, cover B artist himself. Joshua, what's up, dog? With a 20. Says, thank you for the opportunity to be a part of Bloodruth, and a huge congratulations to Michael for his incredible interiors. And it's crazy how that lined up the way that it did. Both fan art contests already like collaborating with each other, essentially, right? It's one did the interiors and the other, Joshua did the cover, the throwback cover. It turned out incredibly well. You are awesome, dude. And I can't wait for, I know you got some things that you got lined up, but I'm sure the opportunity is going to come where we work together some more. Congratulations on getting that dub for the fan art contest, and we appreciate you for what you did with cover B there, man. It was outstanding, man. Big shout out. Much love to Joshua. And Avery brings up a great point here. It very could happen. Like it's in that genre, right? That gets, and I would love to look. I've told y'all about our mindset with this company, right? I'm not interested in just like doing things just to be going through the motions, okay? And me being a capitalist, okay, and understanding economics, I'm obviously as pro-market as it gets. And one of the benefits of owning everything, right, whether it be your distribution as well as the creative stuff, is that you get to pivot and do whatever you want. So I keep my ear to the streets. And if it happens, right, let's say it does, Bloodruth gets this cult following, and so many folks are just into it, and that's it, right? That maybe that's what they're for sure into, right? We got to get Michael put back to work. We got to get the Saskas writing more stories because this is what they want, and that spins off into some other shit because the demand is there. Then that's just what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be, and I'm okay with that. Perfectly fine with it. Let it happen. Let it happen. Let the market dictate what they want to gravitate towards. And that's been our approach since I started the company. We have made it very clear. You might not like everything that we produce, but I am very confident that there will be something, if you are one of those that are a little more picky, there will be something for you in the Rippaverse, something that you gravitate towards, a type of story, a type of character. If we haven't created that character already, we'll get around to it. Trust me. Trust me. All right. If y'all don't mind, while I appreciate all the love for Bloodruth, there's another project that I want to talk about real quick. So let's get a little wholesome, if you will. If you don't mind. A lot of y'all are parents, a lot of y'all are maybe aunts, uncles, cousins, perhaps maybe even a teacher. And we all know that these days, it's a lot of trash material being put in the all ages or books that specifically target children. And there's a guy that I know that I have the, again, luxury of working with, friend of mine by the name of Jay. He did a wonderful launch for Achromatic Chronicles. Blue is the name of it. Saw a lot of success. Great success, actually. And we got to chopping it up. I started this company or the under the main umbrella, Rippaverse Publishing. We started Rippaverse, which is our publishing wing and service wing for creator-owned content. And we got to chopping it up, and it sounded like it made sense. And I take this very seriously that now, here we are. And now I'm publishing, or Rippaverse is publishing Jay's Achromatic Chronicles series. So, again, let's get wholesome. I'm going to share with you the trailer if you have not seen it, and we will talk about it on a more serious note here in a bit. This is Jay's, the trailer for Jay's Achromatic Chronicles Green, which of course is the second installment. Let's check it out. Pull it up right now. Check it out.
Every day I do the same thing. I go to school, I do my homework, and I go to bed. I wake up the next day and I do it all over again. No one in Grey World ever does anything different. Here, different is the worst thing you can be. If you are different, you go away and you don't come back. I don't want to be different. Besides, everyone is depending on me to do the right thing. My dad, my friends, my teachers. My only escape is playing in the woods. Sometimes I play with my best friend John, but most of the time I play by myself. John isn't afraid to ask questions and be different. The more questions he asks, the more questions I find myself having. I can't help wondering what might be outside Grey World, and I can't stop. Can you keep a secret? I even made a new friend. Her name is Green, and she comes from the color world. Green needs my help, and I have a feeling things are never going to be the same.
That is Achromatic Chronicles Green. We're going to look at it actually right here. It has, these are not updated numbers. It has sold over 1,078 total books. So we are less than 8,000 away from the pre-order goal of 50,000 smack. So appreciate all of y'all. Now, again, Jay, as we always say, is the best of us, man. All around good dude. Dude that just, he's just done so much work himself. As far as charity work and just being just a good dude, man. Like just all around good dude. Anybody that's met him, has had nothing to say, but good things to say about him. And he's what he's doing here and making these all ages material is something that he is very passionate about. Okay, and I'm glad that he's doing this. I do think this is the type of material that is so necessary in this day and age. As I said earlier, man, I feel like every other week or month we're finding some breaking story of just some crazy stuff that they are putting in these books that are specifically targeting children. And it's not about fun. It's not about adventure. It's not about courage. It's not about universal truths. It's about these authors wanting to unfortunately use children's material to validate themselves and their own existence. So sometimes that's social. Most times it is social. Sometimes it's identity stuff, but it's not about, again, universal truths. And Jay's Achromatic Chronicles Blue series, Achromatic Chronicles series, if you read the first one, which you can get also republished through Rippaverse in Blue, you already know that it doesn't have any of that nonsense about it. Obviously, the first one followed John. This one's going to follow Fortuna, and you guys are going to enjoy it. Eric Hodgson is the artist. Got to meet him as well this past weekend out there in San Antonio. So we have 3 different covers. We have the main cover. We have this cover, which is the collector's edition, and we also have like the connected cover. And the connected cover you can get of both of those if you put them side by side. Essentially, they are it's just one. It's like a one big cover, and he wants to do this as they continue to do more Achromatic Chronicles series. They want to keep that up. Of course, we have the ones that are going to be signed by Jay himself. Can't wait for you guys to check that out. Signed and graded versions of Blue, even, which, again, if you missed out on that, you can get that through us. We also have a coloring book. We have plenty of items, actually. We have a coloring book. We have stress balls, obviously representing blue and green. We have shirts. We have a Achromatic Chronicles blue shirt, a green shirt, as well as an Achromatic Chronicles shirt, just in general. Our man's Drunk 3PO is right there in the chat, shouting y'all out. Okay. And yeah, so we have shirts in addition to all the books. Of course, we have bundles there for you guys to check out as we close in on 1,100 books sold. We're all just getting settled back here, so we're going to start the campaign trail. We are starting the campaign trail for Achromatic Chronicles Green. So we appreciate y'all so much and all the love that you guys have been showing for this. Yes, listen to my man's Bruce, who says right here, get a CGC before it becomes an animated movie. Yeah, I think this is going to do big things. Okay. Just put it in the chat again. If you haven't seen it, it's also in the description. If you want to go grab Achromatic Chronicles Green, you can read more on the story itself. Of course, you can go rewatch that trailer. And like I said, this is obviously an all ages book. So I feel like a lot of you guys that are in the chat have youngsters that are close to you, whether it be that are in your family, whether it be, again, nieces, nephews, children, all that. This is a great option for them. You're not going to get any nonsense with these. Just good fun adventure, as well as not messaging that's the message per se, but positive ones that I think, again, are based on, not I think, I know, are based on universal truths. So big shout out. Glad we're off to a great start with Achromatic Chronicles Green. And like I said, we're all about to hit the goal here soon. We are already at $42,000 in total sales. As I look on the back end numbers as well. So, and over 1,000, closing in on 1,100 books sold. So appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Hit us up. Rippaverse.com. Get more information about us, but go get Achromatic Chronicles Green, which is the first series from Rippaverse. And again, something I take very seriously, being able to work with, he trusting us, Jay trusting us to deliver on this is something that I take very seriously, man. So I'm very appreciative to work with them. Some other stuff we're working on. We want obviously we want more Achromatic Chronicles, but there's some other stuff, just all around talented dude, creative dude. And there's some other stuff that we want to include them on as well. But please go grab these. Achromatic Chronicles Green. You can get blue as well. All the editions, signed and graded. Get everything. Yeah, there's that. So I appreciate y'all for showing love for both of those. We, of course, had to take some time to talk about Achromatic Chronicles in addition to Bloodruth. Just touching base because I haven't streamed in 2 weeks. Kind of crazy to think about, man. I would have it's funny. There was a time where I would have been like, oh shit, man, I got to stop everything that I'm doing. I haven't streamed in 2 weeks. And now I'm like, yeah, fuck it. like when I stream, I just want it to be like this. I want it to be about Rippaverse. I wanted to be about Rippaverse. I wanted to be about my friends, my bros, and their creative ventures. I wanted to be about that stuff. I'd much rather do that than stuff that I did before, because I wasn't really in the creative mode as I am in right now. Awesome stuff. All right. Again, Jay's in the chat. Just ordered mine, my cards, full cover and black and white. Appreciate that. Shout out to ACK, bass player for that. We got Jaleel with a 5. That Zaylan teaser was definitely stealthy. How did he come about? So yeah, we didn't, again, I hadn't streamed since then. So we hadn't had a chance to talk about that. Do I have the Zaylan video here? I don't. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. I think this is it. Nope, that ain't it. I lied. I don't fucking know where I put that shit. I got files all over the place. I have no idea where I put this. Maybe this is it. Let me see. Is this it? Yeah, it is it. I found it. Okay, hold on, y'all. Because yeah, I hadn't had a chance to talk about that as well. We'll show you guys if in case you missed it, and I'll talk just a little bit about it. There's so much I got to get caught up on. Got Bloodruth, got Achromatic Chronicles. Now we got Zaylan. There's just so much happening. So much happening. So thank you all for the love and support. Yes, again, thank you, bro, for all that you do, man. We'll go send this thing to the moon. I'm really excited. Really excited. Okay. Hold on. Is it ready? Maybe. Yeah, I hope this isn't a busted up version. Let's check it out. Now, someone asked where the hell that came from. How was that conceptualized? Another product of the minds of Chuck Dixon and Joe Bennett. We'll have some more information for you as we get closer to 2025. But that was similar to Horseman, where these guys are, the Rippaverse is their sandbox, man, and they care about this universe. They want to create for it. And so they're forward thinking and they're thinking about other things. They're thinking about the next project all the time. You got Zaylan, they got Horseman, they got Alpha Core, they got all these things. And it's just when the opportunity does present itself, they create awesome characters. And Zaylan's another one, finally going cosmic. But I just want you to understand that in this sense, especially, it doesn't mean that, we're about to be some world-breaking threat. No, it's just there. It's the Rippaverse, right? And it's a verse for a reason. Earth isn't the only place that exist within the universe. There are other planets, there are other people, and they have their own stories and stuff to tell, right? So it's grounded like that, even though it is in space, right? It's a cosmic character. So you guys are gonna love it. I know you all are gonna love it. So be on the lookout for that. We'll have some more information on it as we get closer to 2025 when this book will be releasing. So that was that. We had that announcement at SpaceCon, as I said in the video before we went to SpaceCon, that let's just say it wasn't selected at random, and now it makes sense. And I want to give a big shout out to all of my bros that showed love at SpaceCon. Theory, Jeremy, the Geeks and Games team, Neurotic, that his team as well, Quarter Black, X-Ray Girl, everybody that we got to meet that was showing love. So there's that. So I appreciate that and all the love that's been shown there. We have Darth Ghostface with a 13 months as a big horror fan. Bloodruth #1 is the next Rippaverse book. I'm excited for this the most since Yara #1. Wishing you a happy Halloween there. Keep winning. Yeah, I got to figure out what we're going to do for the next Halloween, because these badass kids, man. One time we want to put some, candy outside and shit, and you got these little knuckleheads, man. Don't have no fucking home training, and sat and watched on the ring some little knucklehead basically just take almost all the damn candy, like it was a free. I mean, it technically was a free for all, but damn, no courtesy to the other kids. It came through. This little knothead, he got a bunch, went back. I mean, he's already got this bag full of stuff, right? This little knothead child dressed in a freaking turtle suit or something. He grabs all the stuff, leaves, and then he came back for seconds. I'm like, come on, bro. So yeah, I don't know what I'm not an engineer or anything. Do I need to learn it and figure out some like way to kind of dispense of the stuff so cats ain't doing stuff like that? Like, come on, bro. But yeah, it was a good Halloween though. Seriously, it's been. I mean, how can I complain with Bloodruth and Achromatic Chronicles and Zaylan and so much stuff that we got going on? Everybody's winning. As had over 6,000 people watching him stream. Fucking Dragon Age. I love to see my bros winning, man. Love to see it. So Rippaverse is winning, bros are winning. Jeremy had fucking like 17,000 people the other day watching him on fucking Cobra Cast. So yeah, man, everything's good. Everything's good. Yeah, candy machine. Yeah, basically, it's like, am I gonna have to do that? Because holy cow, just taking off. Most of them was all right, but this one knucklehead. No home training, bro. None. He was a young one, so that's a reflection of the parents. Eric the Guapo with a Ted says, I haven't been active much, but I'm still lurking around. I've been getting it done at work, but I just wanted to say I have every Rippaverse book and thoroughly enjoy this universe. Eric the Guapo, I love to see you. Know you got stuff to do. We always here. And so I appreciate all the love you've been showing as well. For the company, man, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Eric. And yeah, man, we always here, bro. We always here. But I'm glad you're enjoying the books, man. That's the most important. That you're getting them and you're enjoying them. All right. Where are we at? So updated numbers. Total books sold 3,871, 215,000. So I mean, shit, man, it's crazy. Like we got it basically 15 grand since I've been streaming in sales. But the announcements aren't done. We have other stuff that's cooking, obviously, man. And yeah, man, we're just gonna keep building this sandbox for y'all. That's what it's about. But we got some other stuff on the way as well. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this. We're gonna have a lot of fun with Achromatic Chronicles. We're gonna have a lot of streams as far as like actually nerding out about this stuff and talking about the creative elements. All that stuff is going to be on the works. Especially, I do a lot of my work over the weekend to plan through the week. So I got a lot of stuff that I'm going to do this weekend, and we got videos and all sorts of stuff that's going to be dropping real soon. Rippaverse online someday we'll get there. Maybe I would love to do a game. Watch the Control Z podcast earlier today. Great stuff. Cool to see the team behind the teams. Yeah, you got to link up or see Kanan and Igor and Marcos. That was really cool. Really cool thing. Igor's right there. And yeah, he's right. We are coming up with we're trying to get better about that, showing you the work from the guys that help make the Rippaverse a thing, right? Possible, right? So you guys are going to see more of Igor and some of the process and stuff that he's doing, stuff that Marcos has been contributing, obviously Kanan and stuff. You guys are going to get to see a lot more of that in like video format. Really, really excited for that. So enough of my big head, basically. No, I'll still be doing videos. You're just going to see a lot more of them. And he also just confirmed that Horseman is less than $500 away. And he's right. He's less than $500 away from 700. Imagine that. We got one that's 700,000, right? And then we got another that's a collection, not a full campaign, but a collection that's at 200 and some thousand. So basically between the two of them, we're almost at $1 million. Yeah. Get more consistent ISOM comics in the future. Well, ISOM is, I mean, for sure. ISOM 3 it's been done for as far as the interior art for a little bit, as far as the line art. And obviously I wrote that thing a long time ago. But we had to get another colorist. Gabe's got a lot going for him. Shout out to Big Man Comics. But he's got a lot going for him, and he just didn't have the time to be doing that stuff. So it took us a little bit. We needed to find another colorist to get that could also commit to future like ISOM related stuff as well. And we got him. I can't wait to introduce you to him soon enough. And he's working on ISOM 3 right now as we speak. And I got some other stuff that I'm working on, non-ISOM related stuff as well. I told y'all I needed to finish up this arc. That was the first thing that I needed to do. And then I was going to start doing some other stuff. I know there's a lot of other characters that I've introduced that I want to expand on their stories as well, in addition to ISOM. Crazy. Crazy. 215,000 total books sold. Stonks keep going up for Bloodruth. Love to see that. Salvage PI win, exactly, right? It's like it's a lot of people demanding salvage. And I'm good with that. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing here with the Ripazine, right? Where it's like, it's a smaller format, shorter stories that we can put out more often. Um, I don't know. I've not thought about doing it because again, it's like it's also about it being feasible, right? Like, the reason why we release bigger books is just because when you consider the price point and the time and just everything, coupled with everything, the demand for that type of longer material, it just makes sense for us to do it the way that we do it. But we try to use the Ripazine as that vehicle, you know, telling shorter stories and having that be worked on and like coming out more frequently. I mean, we're already two Ripazines in. Warren with a five said, Eric, folks are hungry for well-written characters, especially female characters, and you provide what the big two can't or won't provide. Yeah, I mean, look, I know that, we've talked about this definitely, Jeremy and I have talked about this and how basically the existence of the Rippaverse really just the reason why there was such a initial like meltdown over it is because you saw some folks watch arguments and positions be derailed like overnight, right? And they didn't like that because for so long you had these clowns that were insisting that you couldn't create this type of character, and it really wasn't even just about creating X type of character. It was more about they had to always piggyback off the legacy character, right? The character, the main character, so having a different version of said character because nobody would support brand new traditional character, brand like not just fresh new character, new name, new title, not necessarily tied to something else. And obviously the Rippaverse, and they ain't like we the only gig in town, but it's to that volume that we're doing, where we're just tens of thousands of books being sold, and it shows that there's absolutely a demand for that type of material. People will gravitate towards what they like, and you don't necessarily, it's a lot of work, and I think that's what a lot of people are speaking on, whether they don't know it or not, because a lot of people they think that because there's a lot of work that it takes and a lot needs to happen, a lot needs to go right in order for that success to be had for a brand new character with no frame of reference. Y'all remember I had a debate with a certain light-skinned cat who was like almost like mocking. It was more of being condescending when I brought up, oh, hey, I've been creating all these characters. I'm creating a new character, and I think we're going to do okay. Right. It's like, oh, yeah, I bet you will. I'll be there to support, but it was more of a tongue in cheek. It was like, he's saying it like there's no way that that's going to happen. And then obviously, rest is history. Isom comes out and here he is. But, it's a doable thing. Like it's just, it takes a lot of work. And like I said, a lot has to go right. Yeah. You don't have the luxury of relying on, hey, everybody likes Batman, so why don't we make Batman black? Like, yeah, that's easier, I guess. Because people with these new characters don't have a frame of reference really. So you have to be very creative, and not just how you create the character, but also how you market the character, how you present that character to the audience, and how you target the audience. It's a lot that has to go right for it. And it's a lot of work. It's not easy, but just because it's not easy does not mean it's impossible. I think a lot of folks don't want to, more specifically like mainstream guys that fall on their faces with some of these goofy character Concord, for example, unappealing characters nobody likes. They unfortunately will not take from that, hey, we just had a bunch of guys that were creating unappealing characters. That won't be their takeaway. Their takeaway is going to be that, well, there's something wrong with y'all. And and unfortunately, that's what's going to happen with some of the mainstream guys. They'll take from that, like, okay, well, we can't create new IPs because this one failed. And it's like, well, yeah, you can. You just got to have the right people that are part of these projects. And that's the way to see success. And it just takes work. It takes a lot of work. It does. Fucking allergies, man. It's just, it's not easy. Nobody should enter this market thinking that it's going to be easy. But you have to humble yourself and understand that the market is the market. If there's any advice that I could give anybody out there that's aspiring to be a creator, I don't care if you're an amateur or a newbie or a guy that's been around for however long. If you enter into the independent space, you are playing by a completely different set of rules that, let's say, mainstream cats play. And you need to humble yourself about the markets. You can be confident. You can think that you're the best. You can think that you can believe that. And yeah, you kind of got to have a bit of confidence, but don't let that confidence be arrogance, right? Don't let that confidence be entitlement. Understand markets, learn markets, and understand that they're always right. Okay. So instead of looking at it like, well, okay, this didn't do the success that you want it to do, you should instead look at it like, well, how can I make this more appealing to the demographic that I'm targeting? And coming up with creative ways to do that, or making a pivot story wise or creative wise, or just chalking your losses. Like it happens, right? Not every character is going to land with everybody. And some characters may need to be more off to the side, or some stories maybe need to be off to the side. It's going to happen. You're not going to hit it big with every single thing that you put out there. But you have to understand that if the market rejected something or they accepted something, that's just what happened. And I think with the mainstream, it's a matter of they just don't take that data and process it accurately. It's more of something's wrong with y'all, right? Something's wrong with the audience because people don't like it or people like something else. Like they, instead of seeing this butt ugly, like weird character on Concord, they prefer something else, and therefore there's something wrong with the audience. That's how they analyze that, instead of saying, okay, why do they like that? Why are they not liking what we put out, but they like something that can even exist in the same genre, right? But it seems to be more appealing to the audience. Like that's how businessmen would analyze that. But arrogant or entitled person would think that there's something wrong with the audience. All right. Let's see. Have some great conversations, guys. Again, I appreciate y'all's support. Mike has bad knees with a 10, says there's gotta be young talent currently working at Big Two that aren't bought into the weird stuff and will rather work for the Rippaverse or similar. How do you recruit talent, or is it too soon? Well, I mean, the fan art contest has been one of the most effective ways to recruit new talent. Again, we have Michael, who is doing the interior work for Bloodruth, and we had Joshua, who did the cover B, right, who won a fan art contest. So that's been a great little vehicle for us to find new talent. But they're out there, and that's one thing that I want to do with the Rippaverse. It's not just simply, we have guys that have been around the block, Chucks, the Mikes, Joes. But I like working with Michael. I like working with some of the other guys who they're still professional, right? They're still around. They've accomplished some things, but they're not like been working under the Big Two for 30 years. Like that's a different thing. So I think that's what makes the Rippaverse work so well as well, is that we have that mix of talent of new people and youngsters, and in addition to having the veterans as well. All right. We got Lord of the Realm with the 26 months. Happy Halloween. Got my Bloodruth books ordered. Can't wait. Glad you got it. Golly, bro, we are almost 4,000 books sold in day one. That's crazy. Yeah, guys, we just hit 3,900 books sold, total books sold. Eric with a 5 says it was difficult to decide between cover A or C. Ultimately, went with C. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Wagner cover, ain't nothing wrong with that. a good problem to have, man. Love that these covers are getting so competitive where people are like, man, I don't know what to choose. Hell, get them both. Why not? But no, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. You'll love Cover C, of course, full. Once you guys see that, we'll have those videos out soon enough. So you can see it even more in context, man. It's crazy. Cherie said, stop feeling it. Yeah. It's all a testament to the fans here, man. All the guys that have been showing all the love, man. And we got a legit fan base, which is why I always think it's foolish when someone would ever dare to attack like the fan base of people that buy comics. Doesn't make sense, but hey, if that's the business plan that you have, let's see if it works out for you. All right. We go over here. I read that one there, read that one right there. Okay, guys. Almost an hour and 30 minutes in. I think I'm gonna end it there. I got a lot of work that I want to do. I'm gonna be bright and early, energized before I enter into the weekend, working my ass off. Go buy Jay's Achromatic Chronicles Green on Rippaverse. Go to rippaverse.com. Watch that trailer. Go support Bloodruth #1, which is or go buy it. Plenty of items. Get the plushie, get the cup, get the books, obviously, get everything. We got 3,900 books sold, closing in on 4,000 in day one. If we get that, and it's looking like it's probably going to happen. 4,000 books sold in one day. That is fucking nuts. In a day that ain't payday. What's the feedback on Saoirse so far? I have some updates for you. Good for both. I can tell you that much. I do want to do a formal video actually talking about some of the feedback that we got from both Salvage and Saoirse. All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce. Wake up bright and early, get some work done. I'm gonna leave you guys with Bloodruth trailer. Thanks for the continue. Again, if you're watching this even after the fact, if you have not already pre-ordered, go pre-order Bloodruth, learn more about her. You're going to want to do that. We're going to have a lot of fun, though, this collection, man. It's going to be a fun time. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. I probably will stream at some point over the weekend after I get some work done, but I got to buckle down for sure. I got to get videos done. I got scripts to write. I got editing to catch up on. I got a lot of stuff to do. So we're going to do it. All right, guys, appreciate your support. On behalf of the Rippaverse, man, we love y'all to death. We appreciate y'all so much. Everybody sharing it out. Stuff goes a long way, man. You never know. You share it to somebody, they get curious, and then it turns into a new fan. So I appreciate all of y'all that are great ambassadors for the Rippaverse. We'll leave you with the trailer, and we will see you sometime, maybe this weekend, when I pop in and do a little stream. Peace out, guys. God bless me, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your night. Peace.
God put a mark on the damned that would let others know they are not to be killed. Anyone who harmed the damned would be punished 7 times over. The damned were hidden from God's presence and forced to live out their lives carrying out the punishment of their cursed bloodline. The sin pumped through the veins of one descendant to the next. All bore the same mark. I know that my family carries a cursed bloodline. We were made to face the damned. Our blood makes us special. Our bloodline attracts the damned and gives us the power to fight them. The hunt continues for the one that got away. But my mission beckons me forth. This feeling I have is getting worse. Something pulls me west. I must find out why. I am the last one of us left. The blood of my family runs through my veins, and no one can take that away from me. I am not alone. I am their hope. I promise you. No matter what, come hell or high water, or actual hell itself, I am through with running. Flores Park had better be ready for me.